A student on his last day of college went up to his professor and asked, "Sir, give me one solid tip to be successful in life." The professor smiled and said, "Think big." So the guy went back home full pumped up and he started dreaming of luxurious life, tons of money, Rolls Royce, sea-facing penthouse, a private jet, and world tour, etc. A few months later, he found himself in a bad situation with no job, no money, no girlfriend, just empty pockets. He got frustrated and went back to the professor and said, "Sir, this think big formula is not working. Give me one more solid tip." And the professor said, "You need to plan, you need a roadmap." So the guy got serious and he started planning everything: career path, income goals, business ideas, etc. He made PowerPoints, Excel, PDF, all, but no success still. Now this time he got angry and went back to his professor again. He told him that his tricks are a waste. Nothing is working. The professor looked at him and said, "You thought about big things, planned well, but you didn't take any action. Go and take the action." And this time the guy went back and did things differently. He stuck to his plan and started taking consistent action. Now slowly things began to change. He got his first job, then a better job, and then his own business. And step by step, he built the life he once dreamt of. Moral of the story: just thinking big is not enough. Without action, you don't just think, but you overthink. You don't just plan, you overplan. And your dreams stay dreams until you move. You know, success doesn't come from ideas alone, it comes from doing. But a lot of people already know that without action, nothing changes. You remain empty pocket, you remain jobless, your dreams stay dreams. But still every morning they wake up and start thinking. And as the day goes on, that thinking turns into overthinking. Then comes stress, then anxiety. You start worrying about everything. What if this goes wrong? What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? You think about all the challenges. You imagine the worst outcomes. And you even stress over things that are never going to happen. You know, 99% of things we overthink never actually happen. But still we overthink. Why? Bad experiences, failures, worst case scenarios, we cannot control them. But still, why do we overthink at all? You have to figure that out. So let's dig into the reason, because if you understand the reason, you will be able to overcome this annoying habit of overthinking. And the reason number one is fear of conflict. You know, confrontation or conflict is scary for many. They are not dangerous, but still people want to avoid them because they are not used to it. Because it doesn't happen every day. For example, driving on the road is one of the most dangerous things, but still people drive because they are used to it. But when people anticipate conflict, they think of the worst case scenario. And in order to control the outcome, they start overthinking every possible situation, and most of which may never happen. And that causes unnecessary stress and anxiety. You overthink to the point of obsession. You mentally think about all the possible conversations. You think about all possible outbursts. You get worried, stressed, and anxious. And in reality, the conversation might go smoothly, but your overthinking created unnecessary stress. You know, conflicts are also a part of life. They might happen at the office, on the road, or in the relationship. But you know what? They can also teach you something. They also bring some clarity. It is like thunder before it calms down. It may be scary at first, but it leads to peace. So instead of fearing it, let's face it. Now coming to the reason number two, perfectionism. If you are always chasing perfect, trust me, you will never actually create anything. Because you will keep hiding your work, thinking I am not ready yet, I am not good enough. You always worry about messing up because you set crazy high standards for yourself. You tend to dig into every tiny detail before taking action. You plan, overplan, and then plan some more. You check, double check, and triple check, and still hesitate. Basically, you overthink, which slows you down drastically. When you spend so much time trying to make things flawless, you actually get stuck and frustrated. For example, you want to start working out, but you tell yourself you need a proper gym, a yoga mat, a fancy treadmill, or maybe even a trainer. And while you are working to get everything just right, your motivation disappears. And all the gears gather dust in the storeroom. You dream of starting a company, but instead of taking the first step, you busy planning the perfect office, perfect logo, perfect strategy. And as a result, you burn time and energy and the business never even begins. So don't fall into the trap of paralysis by analysis. Things don't have to be perfect from the day one. You can start a bit messy in the beginning and you can learn and improve on the way as you go. Because real progress happens when you are moving, not while you are stuck planning. Now come to the reason number 3, fear of uncertainty. The future is uncertain for everyone, there is no doubt about it. And yes, it makes sense to be prepared for what is coming. But the problem starts when you try to prepare for every single possibility. And that's where overthinking comes. You try to predict every little thing, plan for every twist and turn, and somehow try to control even the unknown situations. You start imagining worst case scenarios, even the ones that are super unlikely. This can cause immense anxiety and stress. But the funny part is that most of the stuff you worry about will never happen. So what's the point of stressing over things that might not happen? So let's not waste your time and energy on imaginary problems. Instead, learn to deal with things as they come. Prepare smart, but don't overthink. Now come to the reason number 4, desire to control situations. Why do people overanalyze and overplan? It is because a lot of us want to control every little thing. We try to predict every possible outcome and try to make everything go perfectly. But let's be real, life is way too unpredictable for that. Take something as simple as a family gathering. You plan the food, set up the sitting arrangement, maybe even choose the music, you check the weather and prepare accordingly. But still something unexpected can always happen. Some kid might spill juice, someone might get sick. If you try to control every single detail, can you even host a gathering? Planning is good, but don't get stuck chasing perfection. You should better leave some space for real life to happen. Now coming to the reason number 5, past experiences. Your past experiences can also be a trigger point for your overthinking habit. People who have faced difficult situations in the past, like trauma or scarcity, are more likely to overthink because they fear a repeat of those negative experiences. When you have faced limited resources, emotional pain, or tough circumstances, you become hyper aware of potential risk. And you tend to overthink every tiny issue as a productive measure. You overthink every purchase, you overthink before entering into any relationship, you overthink before taking any challenge. So these are 5 psychological reasons why people overthink. Overthinking doesn't come out of nowhere. It is driven by fear, perfectionism, past experiences, and the desire to control everything. But the life will never be 100% predictable or perfect. So stop trying to solve problems that don't exist yet. Don't try to lose your time, energy, and peace to overthinking and overplanning. You can start small, you can start messy, but take action and start, because only action can beat overthinking.